Hey guys, happy Rocking Monday. Mrs. Long's class and my class, you guys have a packet. Go ahead and put your name at the top. E-learners, you guys are going to have this packet online for you. It will be on Schoology, and you can access it on Schoology then with us. Or you can follow along up here. Can you guys get my left light, please? Thank you. It's going to look like this. Everybody, name at the top. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is no secret that we're getting ready for iLearn. Okay? We are going to be starting next week. We will talk more about that as we get closer. So we are going to be doing from math this week some iLearn review stuff. Okay, we need to start being able to recall on things that we've learned from August, September, October. Okay, some of those things that I know I've already kind of shown you a little bit, and you guys are like, oh, I forgot how to do that. I forgot about fractions, I forgot about decimals, and that's okay, okay? That's why we're going to spend some time this week going over them again, discussing and looking up anything that we need to that we have forgotten, so we're ready to go, all right? We are not going to be doing every problem in this packet, okay? If we skip some, those would be some awesome problems for you to go back to and do on your own time, do with some parents maybe, okay? See what you need to review, okay? So we are going to be skipping around. And then you guys will have some homework tonight then for some practice. All right, number 1 says, would you rather? Would you rather have option A or option B? Okay? And I want you to go ahead and decide now. This packet, write on it. Do your notes on it right now. Do your work on it. That's why you don't need your math notebook. Okay? Do your work on that paper right there. Would you rather have option A or option B? You decide now. You might need to do some computation before you decide which you would rather have. I see some friends just sitting waiting for answers. Writing, option A or option B? When you've decided on option A or option B, some things to think about. Why did you choose A and B? Give me an answer explaining. How could you model those numbers? Can you write that in standard form? What is standard form? Oh my gosh, what is that? I can't remember. You might need to look it up. Can you use a comparison symbol? Okay, so also go ahead and go through these guided questions. Write stuff down. Yes, not just answering them in your head. Write it down. One more minute. All right, first off, let's think about, it tells me 100th and 2,000ths, okay? Let's write that down. One hundredth. What does 100th look like as a decimal? Is this the hundredths place? Is this the hundredths place? Which one? We have forgotten that? If you forgot that, ladies and gentlemen, that means you need to go look that up, your place value. I have lots of blank stares. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't going to be good for you. Me doing the work for you isn't going to help you learn it. I'm not taking the iLearn test, guys. You've got to be working. Max, which one is the hundredths? Good. So this one is my hundredth. What place value is this one right here? Brooklyn? Tenths. Very nice. So it says I have 100ths. 100ths. That is what that looks like. I'll do it without the lines. Okay? It says I have 2,000ths with it. Where's my thousandths place? Justice? Good. So it's going to be this next one right here. All right. So 2,000ths is like that. Now that is option A. What do you think I should do with these for option A? These two numbers here. Sophia? I would add them and combine them so you know what is the total I have for option A. So when you add these, remember we need to line up our decimals when adding. Okay, so see how my decimals are lined up? My decimal then comes straight down. There's no place value, there's no digit here. What can I put here as a digit to hold that place value, Mimi?
0.
Yeah, I can put a 0 there. All right, so here is option A. Here's what I have. Twelve thousandths. Option B. I had 4,000ths. Let's count my place value. Ready? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Option B. Now, which would you rather have? Option A or option B? Malia?
A.
Why A?
Because it's bigger.
So you're saying you would rather have A because it is a bigger number? It has more value? Good. You could say either one here as long as you had reasoning. You could say option B because if they were talking about how many green beans I had to eat, I would want to eat the smaller quantity, the smaller number.
Yeah.
Okay, if they were talking about how much pizza I would get to eat, well, I'm going to want the bigger number. I like pizza.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to depend on your reasoning here that's going to make this answer correct or incorrect. Okay, you must show your work for everything. If you could combine this in your head, still show your work. Okay, even if this was mental math for you here, show your work, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, remember they're going to have that sketch pad. They're going to have spaces for you to do work. Even though it's math and even though it's going to be on your iPad, they're going to give you space to do work. Show your work because instead of getting it all incorrect, maybe you could still at least get partial credit. Okay, that's better than nothing. Okay, so show your work on everything. If they were talking about standard form, what does standard form look like, Malia?
It's the decimal 00.
Good, so showing in the decimals. Okay, good. What if I was going to use a comparison symbol? What kind of symbols were they talking about there? Comparison symbols, Malia?
Greater than, less than.
Yes, greater than, less than, or equal to. Malia, thank you for participating. So they were talking about these symbols here. Less than, greater than, or equal to. So my answer would look, if I'm comparing, alligator mouth wants to eat the bigger number. Ladies and gentlemen, if I'm writing it up here, you should be writing it on your packet. Not just sitting. This can make the difference, ladies and gentlemen, of you passing your iLearn or not. We have to work, though. All right, number 2. Number 2 says, which is greater? And I'm not going to say them out loud yet because I want you to read them. Show the comparison on the number line. Ladies and gentlemen, if they're saying show the comparison on the number line, it means put those numbers on the number line. Okay? Does this question only have you having one answer? Do you have only one job on this?
No.
No, you have 2. You have to tell me which is greater, and you also have to show these 2 numbers on the number line. That's 3 points for this one question. Showing this one on the number line, showing this number on the number line, and then if you get it correct or incorrect about which is greater. 3 points right there. Okay? Make sure you do all the steps that they're asking you. Go ahead and do number 2 now. This down here is not part of number 2. It's not numbered though, I know. It needed to be numbered over here. And it's just a oops. Okay? You have just your number line here for number 2. One more minute. All right, so which is greater? I would recommend lining up your decimals to be able to compare your numbers and where they're at on the place value chart. I have this one and this one, and they're wanting to know which is greater. Well, I lined up my decimals. I can start going down my line here. Do I have anything in my ones place value?
No.
Anything in my tenths place value? Oh, this one has a. This one only has a. Which one do I automatically now know is bigger? My top one. And when I read this number, what does this say? 1/10. Yes, that's the place value it's in. 1/10. How do I read this one right here?
1,000.
Ones, tenths, hundredths. 1 thousandths. Okay? On the number line then, 1/10. Well, they have that one marked for us. 1/10. What about 1/100th? Where's that one gonna be at on the number line, Mason?
That will be 1 across from the 0.
So right next to the 0 right here?
Yeah.
Yes, you got it. Good job, sir. All right. Our last problem on this page is not numbered. I know, that's okay. If you want a number on your paper, go ahead. You could call it 2A. It says, Jerome is a candy maker. I need to be friends with Jerome. He has 3 different pieces of fudge. The chocolate fudge weighs 4.562. Now, did I say that correctly? No. But when saying it quickly, it's okay. Okay? When I'm saying numbers quickly, I'm just going to say point. Okay? If I know in my head that I need to say it correctly for a math answer, or I'm going to write it out, make sure you say it correctly. Okay? 4 and 562 thousandths. The white fudge is 4.872 pounds, and the peanut butter fudge weighs 4.572 pounds. Taylor is really hungry for fudge. I understand Taylor. Which piece of fudge should she pick? Explain your reasoning. Go ahead now. Explain your reasoning, ladies and gentlemen. I better see complete sentence, PQA, punctuation, and a capital letter using math words. Ladies and gentlemen, which piece should Taylor eat? Charlie?
The white fudge.
The white fudge. And why the white fudge, Charlie?
Because it says she's really hungry for fudge, and that's greater than all the
Good. She's really hungry for fudge, and the white fudge has the greatest number. Very good. Make sure you're using those math terms, using the word greater or greatest there. Okay? How did you know that was the greatest one, the biggest one, Charlie?
Because 8 is bigger than 5.
Good. So you saw that in the ones place, they all had 4. So then you moved to the 10th place, and the largest one had an 8 in the 10th place when you lined up those numbers. Very good. turn the page, please. On this page, we are only going to do number 1. Number 2 and 3 will be extra for you guys to practice on your own. Number 1, go ahead and read it and answer, please.
Oh wow.
Raise your hand if you're still working. One more minute. All right, let's take a look at this. So there are how many pies?
3.
How many?
3.
3 pies. And how many friends are going to be sharing
8.
these pies? And they all want the same amount, right?
Yeah.
So if I took this pie and I divided it into 8 pieces, my lines are not going to be exact. I'm not measuring. This is just my rough sketch.
Not bad of a sketch though.
Okay. There's my rough sketch of 8 pieces. I'll even number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if the 8 friends divided this piece of pie evenly, what fraction is going to be mine? Let's say I'm friend number 1. Okay? What fraction of these do I get? Mason?
1/8.
1/8. I get 1 piece out of the 8 pieces total that there are. When I divide this one then into 8 pieces, what fraction is going to be mine that I can have? Mimi?
1/8.
1/8. When I divide this pie, Kara? 1/8. So total, when I'm done having these 3 pies, how do I find the total parts that I get to eat? The total fraction of these that I get to eat. Max?
3/8.
Why 3/8?
Because you have the 3 pies and each one of them is into 8. And if you add them up, it's going to be...
Very nice. Now I noticed that you kept 8 as the denominator. How come you didn't add the 8? 8, 16, 24.
Because you can't do that. It's
Very nice. It's a rule. When we add fractions, our denominator needs to be the same and then it stays the same. Yeah, we don't change it. But my numerators, I add. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So I get 3/8 of the pie. Ladies and gentlemen, turn the page.
This is push.
Yes.
I did it differently, but I don't know if it's right.
Show me later.
Okay.
We're gonna keep going. We're running behind. We gotta get through more. Go to, on the next page, look at number 2, about Jessie and the jelly beans.
Josie?
It says that Jessie puts 10 jelly beans on a scale, and the scale reads 12 grams. How much would you expect 1 jelly bean to weigh, and why?
Oh, no.
Go ahead and answer that one now. If you need to do some research, you forgot maybe how to divide, you forgot about decimal math computation, look it up now. Mask on, and I want you to turn to a neighbor and discuss this one together. Listening in 3, 2, 1. Who has an equation for me that we could use here? Mason?
10, 12.0 divided by 10.
Tell me how you got this equation, Mason.
Because it says, what would you expect 1 jelly bean to weigh? And if you divide that, then you get the amount of grams.
Very nice. Could I flip-flop those numbers?
No.
No, because would that give me the same answer?
No.
No. It matters what order, where we're putting our numbers here, guys. They are not interchangeable. Okay? But, so I've got this decimal here. Is there anything after this decimal right here?
No. Yes.
Is there any value right here? Is there any value here? No. So when I'm doing this math, do I need to have that?
No.
Is 12 the same number?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going to change anything. So when I do this math, and what do you get when you divide 12 divided by 10?
1.2.
You get 1.2. Ladies and gentlemen, could you have done this math mentally in your head?
Yeah.
Why? How? Mason?
Because you could have brought over the decimal.
Yeah, so when our decimal is here, I know, look at when I'm dividing and I've got my 0, I know that that decimal would move over to the left 1. Okay? But ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to do it mentally. If you work it out to get 1.2, that's fine. Make sure you have a label of grams. I will say on the iLearn, there's times that they don't let you put words. So there's times that you might answer just this number and you go to type in grams to have a label, because I tell you guys always to have labels, but they won't let you put letters. And that's okay. Always try and put a label. If they don't let you, then that's fine then. Okay? Always try. All right, turn the page. I want you looking at I want you to solve 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 here. Go ahead. Raise your hand if you're still working. Okay. Looking at specifically number 1, I know some of you are still working on number 3, and that's okay. Looking at number 1, question number 2 is about question number 1. What do you notice? What do you wonder about? What do you guys see when you look at your answers from number 1? You should have 80, 816, 824. Justice?
Basically, what I see is that like you're basically putting the 8 in front of the number, and then like with that two numbers with that last number, you're basically just adding.
Good, so you saw a pattern that the first number is always 8, and then the last digits are what you can multiply. So 8 times 0 was 0, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 3 is 24. Very good. Question number 2, the important thing to have there is that you're seeing that pattern, okay, and explain what that pattern is, okay? Question 3, I'm going to have you finish answering on your own. Let's do 3C together, because maybe some of us has forgotten multiplication. We got some big numbers here, so let's go through this one together. 7,900. Whoa, look at 0. Times 102. All right. What is 2 times 0?
0.
What is 2 times 0 again?
0.
What's 2 times 9?
18.
Carry my 1 up here. What's 2 times 7?
14.
Plus 1?
15.
I'm going to cross off this 1. I've already used it. I don't want to accidentally use it again. What magic number do I put here? 0. Okay. 0 times everything is going to be 0. Do I need to go through all the rest of them?
No.
It's going to be zeros all the way, right?
Yeah.
All right. How many of those magic numbers do I put here now?
2.
Now I start with 2. Very good. What's 1 times 0?
0.
1 times 0 again.
0.
1 times 9?
9.
1 times 7.
7.
And now we do what here?
Add.
Add. I like to make a line down through my numbers as I'm adding to make sure I'm adding them, that they're lined up. So, 0 plus zeros,
0.
lots of zeros. Zeros,
0.
8 plus 0 plus 0.
8.
5 plus 0. 9 plus 1.
10.
7 plus 1.
8.
Don't forget your comma, okay? Start at the end. 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3. Do I need any more? No. Done. Okay, if you did not finish number 3, 3A and 3B, you need to finish that on your own. Look at number 1. Below that, there is a number line, and we've actually talked previously, one of our first problems with that number line. They're saying they want to know what is this n going to be. Okay? Well, I need to know what my other numbers on this number line are, right? Did they label all of them? No, but I know if this is 1/10, what is this first number after this 0 going to be? Brooklyn?
0.01.
Yeah, 0. She said 0.01, which is 1/100th. So 100th, 200th, 300th, 400th. Okay? All the way to 900th, and then that becomes 1/10. Okay? 0.01 right here. Write it down your number line. Turn the page. Let's go to number 3 right here. Stacy ran a race. I want you to go ahead and answer that one there. Stacy ran a race. All right, so is her time closer to 45 seconds or 46 seconds? And you also, it says to use a number line to represent your answer. So again, do we have just one answer here?
No.
We have 2. We have to say if it's closer to 45 seconds or 46 seconds. And then we also have to say our answer using a number line. Well, which is it closer to? Everybody?
45.
It's closer to 45 because when I look at the number after my 45 seconds, I have, hold on there. I have 3/10. Is 3/10 closer to 0 or 1? It's going to be closer to the 0, okay? So you're like rounding this. When I round this, am I rounding it to 45 or 46? 45, okay? Think of that 5 or more. Is that 5 or more? That 3 right there? No. Okay. And then show me on a number line then. Show me 45 and 38 hundredths on number line. Show me 45 and show me 46. So roughly, I'm not going to draw it exact, but you would have this. Here's my number line. Here's 45. Here's 46. You would show me on the number line then where her time lands. Okay? But you need to do your other tag marks here, your other slashes there on the number line also. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, the rest of this packet, I am not collecting it. It is not for homework. It is for you to use, though, to practice. Okay? Your homework is a iLearn math review number 1 on Schoology. You need to do your work in your math notebook for it. No guessing. Any questions? iLearn review worksheet on Schoology. On Schoology. If there is something on that review worksheet on Schoology that you're not remembering, look it up. After you've looked it up, if you still have questions, then ask myself or Mrs. Long and we can help you. All right, go ahead and get started.